2, 1.
Hey, good morning, folks. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. 56 degrees here in LJ, 8 o'clock in the morning. Josh, let's start right out letting the folks know how they can contact the show. If you ever want to question, get involved in the subject, send me a message, chief@fetchernews.com right there. And also there's the phone number. You can text the show if you'd like to be on. Maybe you'd like to be on the show. Send us a text message or just text us what you want. That's a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week also news hotline there, and all the social media ways you can follow us. I wonder if the poll was taken. I think here, Josh, look, we have to work right in the midst of doing the show. So sometimes the people have to see us at work, okay? Now write this down. Now, Josh got a notepad in there, and he does a good job of jotting some things down. Obviously, we're going to be dealing with a certain candidate for a lot of months now, okay? And, he has been labeled the gaffe master, right? But everybody calls this guy the gaffe master. I want buffoon alert. He is a buffoon to me, okay? So get me something. Get me some kind of graphic. And as soon as I give you the name, maybe you can put his picture or something. But we're going to have to deal with this for a year. So every once in a while, I'm going to call for the buffoon alert, all right? And I wonder if the poll was taken with Joe Biden before Margaret Thatcher called him or after Margaret Thatcher called him. I wonder if, they always have the dates on the polling of, but this poll was taken before. Okay, so I wonder if they're going to have for a year with this buffoon Joe Biden, if they're going to have, sooner or later, people are going to realize that he never surpassed, I think, the 2 times he ran for office. I don't think he surpassed, and we're going to talk about that in a minute, the 5% mark. I don't think he ever got over the 5%. I think in the 80s, that one time he ran, he was like 1.2% or maybe 2.1%, if that high. But I wonder if they're going to poll every time this buffoon does something. So I wonder if the most recent, we're going to talk about that in a minute, okay? We will talk about this buffoon, Joe Biden, and the recent poll. And the fact that the Democrats, all right? Now, I don't encourage you to see if you can start an argument. I don't encourage that, okay? I don't. But some of you have, I don't even know how to put this, but some of you have liberal-leaning friends. That was tough. Some of you have Democrat friends, okay? Some of you have Republican, liberal-leaning friends that say they're Republicans, but they'll drink their wine, as they say. They're moderates. They look at everything before they make their decision, okay? So let's stay focused on the Democrats. So I'm not encouraging you to get into a fight or an argument. But here's all you have to do. You just go to a Democrat and you say, okay, polling is in. Joe Buffoon Biden is at this point. Bernie's here. Can you say super delegate? Do you really, as Democrats, just walk away? Do you really, as Democrats, think they fix things? Do you, as Democrats, really believe things have changed since allegedly Julian Assange from WikiLeaks cracked the DNC server and told all of you the truth? Do you ever wrap your head around the actual BS these people live in, this world they live in of total crap? That, do you, Bernie supporters out there, you felt the burn? Are you feeling it again about now with the DNC? I mean, when Tony Perez is at the DNC chair, has gone on show after show and said, my job is to make sure every candidate has for Democrat that have an opportunity to get their message out and let the voters make the decision. You still believing in that stuff? That's what you got to say to Democrat. You still believing in that stuff? I mean, we are discussing Julian Assange, okay, cracking into the DNC server and telling you the truth. And by you finding out the blue-haired / purple-haired lady that's now on Fox, that got out of the Trojan horse and ran right into Fox, okay, and now sits beside Juan Williams and, a couple others. Donna Brazile, Deborah, are you starting, Democrats, to feel like you really see the changes that took place after the DNC server was hacked by what you want to believe the Russians? Oh, by the way, it's always a perfect time right now to say Seth Rich is dead. Let's just go with that for a minute, Josh. I'm into that. We're the governor, Brian Kemp, is going to sign the heartbeat bill, but let's just stay on this because I've already jumped into it. And let me stay with this because, and it's not the direction, but I try to stay in a direction so that when Josh clips these videos, Democrats, all right, because the heartbeat bill has a lot to do with the election, so we're going to get there. So this guy right here, the buffoonlet, number 39, okay. So the world can't wait to get him back. He can't wait to get back into the Iran nuclear deal. He can't wait to get back and tell all of our allies, hey, we're back. We're going to keep giving stuff away. The globalist, what we had going, we're going to bring it back, okay? So this buffoon here, Joe Biden, all right? Number 13 at first thing this morning, the MSNBC gang here is going into this poll where Joe Biden is at 40%. Now, this is from 8/28, okay? Now, I'm not for sure. I'd have to do, I think this is before he went to the seance and he spoke with Margaret Thatcher. And she's begging him to get back into, please get the U.S. back into a cohesive structure and get everything back, all the stars aligned with the globalist. Joe Biden, they're showing you here, is at 40%, up 4 points. Bernie's at 19. Bernie fell 3 points. Why did Bernie fall 3 points? We don't know yet. Elizabeth Warren, she's at 8%. She's down 1 since they took this poll. Kamala Harris hasn't moved. She's at 7%. Okay. Mayor Pete, even though, hey, I don't know if they took this poll with Mayor Pete before is it Time magazine cover with his husband, the first family, okay? Yeah, he was on Time magazine to cover him and the husband smooching up with the White House in the background. So Mayor Pete there is down 2 points. There's Francis O'Rourke. He's at 5%. Now, let's look at this right here, okay? Now, something is bad wrong here. Bernie and Bernie supporters. Maybe we can get this out to you, Bernie supporters, okay? See, the Republicans last time, you know all too well, had 20 candidates. Now, this is something that, because I enjoy politics, I like to look at, right? Well, we had 17. I have people I can just hear the vibe saying, we didn't have 20. All right, well, we have 17. I don't know. Trump was 18. I don't know, okay? But remember, Republicans went through debate A and debate B, remember? So remember Carly Fiorina was upset because she was on debate 2 stage, and she knocked it out of the park on debate 2 stage and wanted to get on debate 1 stage. And Trump said, just look at her. I mean, take a look at, take a gander at this woman. Oh, remember the media went nuts. Can't get sidetracked. Stay focused, okay? So I love politics to a point. So don't you find it interesting now? Out there, Democrats. Let's talk to Democrats. So we had 17 candidates on the stage. We had an A debate list, a B debate list. You had to hit a certain percentage to get on the main stage, okay? John Kasich was 1 foot from falling off. Trump kept looking over and saying, why the hell is he here? I mean, he's only 1 step from falling off the stage. And why do I have to talk to him? But Trump upset the whole entire world on that Republican side, ran his campaign. Previous, nobody could hold him back. Ted Cruz couldn't hold Trump back. Nobody could stop Trump from saying, doing, and flying his plane anywhere he wanted, landing it. You remember Trump went out to Iowa with the chopper, 1 chopper Trump there, and he took kids on a helicopter ride, right? I mean, Trump upset everything on the Republican Party side. He's president of the United States. Now, on the Democrat side, we know the fix was in. All the Democrats out there know Hillary Clinton was set up to go, all right? What upset the Republicans the most? When I say we, because I do tend to vote Republican. Why? Because I always say Republicans tell me a better lie. They always have. But that being said, okay, we were tired of the establishment giving us our candidate. We were tired of it being John McCain, George W. Bush's turn, John McCain's turn, Mitt Romney's turn. We were tired of whose turn it is. We were tired of the deals that were made previously, okay, to get the candidate. And then we had to, don't say you didn't, we had to pretend John McCain was a conservative. We had to pretend that, okay? The Mac is back, Maverick, we had to pretend, if this guy gets in, but we had to. Mitt Romney, we had to pretend he was a conservative. Why? He was going to be the next Ronald Reagan by some accounts, okay? But the Republican core, the core of the party, the base said no. If you would get in circles, if you were in circles that were at Republican meetings, you would have the group that said, what is the number one thing you're tired of? We're tired of the party telling us who our candidate is, right? And I'm going to tell you, we took over that percentage, that core base that MSNBC talks about, that Trump would not lose. That's the base that said in these rooms several years back, we're tired of them picking our candidate and saying who's next. So not to continue to waste time, the Democrats here, okay, Obama told Joe Biden, don't run. It's Hillary's turn. It's the deal I made. Hillary told Tim Kaine, Senator of Virginia, he was the DNC chair. Get out of the way, okay? Get out of the way as DNC chair. I'm going to put Deborah Wasserman Schultz in there. She's going to steal the thing for me. There's nobody going to come close. There's never going to be a Barack Obama again because that screwed me once 8 years ago. Nothing's going to screw me again. So Deborah Wasserman Schultz, Podesta, and now Obama, the whole machine, okay? And then what happens is the DNC server gets hacked, allegedly by the Russians, okay? But Seth Rich dies. All of these emails come out, and they're true. We all know about the super delegates that Hillary had and bought and paid for. We all know about the fixed questions in debates. We all know how Bernie got taken advantage of. And we all know that everybody in the DNC thought Hillary was a terrible candidate, but they had no choice because they wanted to live. Living was more important. I'm just saying that. I'm not implying anything. So here we are, fast forward. The DNC wants their voters to believe they've changed. They want their voters to believe they have a chance to get anybody they want. Now, find it interesting, at the top, Joe Biden's at 40% right now. Something's wrong. Who are these 40%? Now, were these 40% alive at another time? Because you look here, Senator Cory Booker's down to 3%. Those used to be the old Joe numbers. Those were the old Joe numbers years ago. Joe never even broke 3%, but he's at 40. Bernie's at 19. All right. Here's a couple things I'm going to, and I'll get back to it later in the show, but here's what I want to leave you with, and the reason I'm talking about this, okay? Look at Kamala Harris. Do you really think one out of these 20 candidates, okay, do you think these candidates at the bottom, because they're not even on there, all right? Where's Kirsten Gillibrand, okay? Where are these other candidates? Where is Wampaho, whatever his name is out there in Colorado? Hickenlooper, okay? Hickenlooper, all right? God, I always dreamed I'd get to cast a vote for a guy named Hickenlooper, all right? President Hickenlooper, everybody please stand. Really? Come on, okay. So anyhow, where are all of these people on the list, okay? Do they really think they stand a chance? Now, I'm going to tell you, I think Rand Paul thought last time he stood a chance. I think Carly Fiorina thought last time she stood a chance. I think Ted Cruz. The list goes on. I think a lot of them thought they stood a chance, and they campaigned hard. I believe what you're looking at is a total setup. And that's what I'm going to leave with a couple thoughts on this first subject, and I didn't mean to come out of the box with this, but I think what you're seeing is a total and complete setup, okay? One, they already are pledging allegiance to the nominee. Now, nobody is pledging allegiance to Joe, but they're already talking about, hey, we're going to do whatever we have to do to beat Trump. So one, they're getting pledge of allegiance to whoever the nominee is. Two, you're looking at, they think they can win. Okay? They think they can win. All right? George W. Bush won against John Kerry, not by a landslide. So this is their John Kerry, Joe Biden. Now, do I think he will be the nominee? I don't know. It's too early. Because this buffoon, I mean, he's getting calls from, Margaret Thatcher. I don't know what this buffoon could do on the debate stage. But we're going to see. He's at 40%. But what you're looking at is the cabinet. Now, Bernie Sanders doesn't want to be in anybody's cabinet. I don't see it. I could be wrong, okay? I could be wrong. Bernie Sanders runs. He's a multimillionaire, folks. When he gets done and he does not get the nomination, he will get, again, a platform at the DNC convention where he gets the speech. And as soon as it's done, he's going to get like 2 more book deals. Okay? I think his title on Bernie Sanders' new book will be Screw Me Once, Screw Me Twice. I don't know. But he's a multimillionaire, so he knows. And then he's going to have all this campaign cash. Watch and see. All right? So he'll have money. He's a multimillionaire. And he will have another book deal. But when you start down the list, I want you to take the time to look at these candidates. Study 2 things. The state they are from. Now, does Elizabeth Warren, do they need extra help in Massachusetts to go Democrat? I don't think so. Kamala Harris, do they need extra work? And do they need extra work in California? I don't think so. But Mayor Pete, could they use a little bit of support in somebody campaigning in Indiana? Well, maybe they could. Well, there's Francis. He only lost by a fraction there in Texas, so maybe he could help in Texas. Go through the entire list. Amy Klobuchar in Minnesota. I predict Trump will win Minnesota. But here's the thing, and I'm going to leave this and go to break on the Democrats. We'll come back. But this is a poll this morning with Biden at 40%. This buffoon, all right? But start down through there. Take all 20 when you get a minute and start putting cabinet members together. These people are not running for the presidency of the United States. My opinion is they're running for cabinet positions. All right? And think of this before we go to break. Kamala Harris as Attorney General. That's exactly right. Because what's going to happen as soon as, if Biden wins the nomination, if the DNC fixes in, and they've already decided that Biden is the candidate, and they've lied to the DNC voters once again, and if you like Bernie, you don't stand a damn chance, and if you like Mayor Pete, you don't stand a damn chance. Start looking over who will pledge their allegiance and go on the campaign trail for him. Now remember, you say, wait a minute. Remember Beauregard, Jeff Sessions. If you're going to talk about it, you got to tell the truth. Beauregard, Jeff Sessions from Alabama, was the very first senator to stand on a stage and put that white "Make America Great Again" hat and get up to that microphone. Remember? He became Attorney General. So look down this list of cabinet positions, all right? And think about somebody like Kamala Harris, all right? Kamala Harris as Attorney General, and then roll up there to Senator Elizabeth Warren, maybe as Treasury Secretary. I mean, what area could she really go after corporations? Interesting. Those two alone. And when is the last time, do a little research, that we created a new cabinet position? A new cabinet position. You ready for this? Are you ready? If buffoon Biden, double B, Biden, if this buffoon gets elected president of the United States of America, watch them roll in a brand new leather chair on the big thing, and watch them put the new, is it called, placard with a name, and watch it, their placard be Secretary of the LGBTQ F. I want an F on there for Flamer. Secretary of the LGBTQ, or the Equality Commission. The United States Equality Commission. Right there at the table. Represent. And who could be the secretary of this commission? Okay. In America, the LGBTQ commission there. Why not? Let's go with Mayor Pete. I mean, perfect choice, right? I'm your host, BK. Get ready. You need to know what the hell you're running against. The dirtiest, ugliest, no good. I mean, this is going to be Nancy Pelosi says if Trump doesn't win, if we don't beat Trump decisively, Trump won't leave the White House. There you go. 40% for buffoon Biden. Think of Elizabeth Warren as a cabinet secretary, Kamala Harris, and Mayor Pete as the new secretary of, all of your coexistence, right? Coexist. You'll get the bumper sticker and everything for the White House. Take a break.